Yeah, I recognize delegate. Please introduce because I couldn't read properly the name on the tab.
It's the major groups. Excellencies, I'm Jillani speaking on behalf of the Asia-Pacific Regional CSOs Engagement Mechanism. We really appreciate the Chair's work on the summary, however, would like to re-emphasize the following for necessary inclusion. The summary must acknowledge UNESCAP's 2024 report on the scale of regional progress on the SDGs, currently lacklustering at merely 17%, while beyond the midpoint of the 2030 agenda, with massive stagnations and regressions, and that it will not be achieved before 2062, to underscore the sense of urgency and political will required to reverse the trends. The summary must also highlight that the progress is based on 52% of the available data, with a humongous 48% of the unknown, requiring urgent and efficient measures to enhance the Statistical Commission's capacities across the region vis-à-vis ensuring complementarity by integrating CSOs and citizen-led data initiatives to better understand the situation on the ground. The summary must also flag the Asia and the Pacific region is most vulnerable to climate change, alongside pollution and biodiversity-related challenges, with Goal 13 in regression, while amidst the biggest cost of living crisis of the 21st century, and many countries facing debt distress, resulting in millions of the most marginalized suffering the hardest consequences of the crises, urging the need for enhanced development and climate financing. The summary must also reiterate the need to enact urgent fundamental structural reforms in global governance, revamping the colonial neoliberal designs across institutions through a UN-led international financial and trade architecture reform, especially in the IMF, World Bank, and WTO, adequate accountability mechanisms for ODA commitments fulfillment, focusing on quality of aid, a comprehensive debt resolution mechanism, equitable climate justice measures, and a binding global taxation architecture to curb illicit financial flows that exceed ODA by a massive margin. The summary should also clarify the region's position on Summit of the Future to ensure the reinforcement of the SDGs commitments without driving the political will away, parallel with a meaningful engagement of civil society organizations while also curbing the increasing corporate capture of our multilateral processes to ensure a bold, responsive, and efficient multilateralism that translates transformation for both people and the planet. The report should also stress the need for formal recognition and integration of the Chair's summary into the HLPF and SOTF deliberative processes to inform the decisions at the global level to enhance the national, regional, global dynamic for policy coherence and holistic development programming. Finally, the Chair's summary must recognize the right to development for all major groups, constituencies, and peoples in all their diversities, such as indigenous people, women, children and youth, rural and urban poor, smallholder and landless farmers, workers, fisherfolk, LGBTIQA, people living with HIV/AIDS, people living in conflict and disasters, youth, elderly, migrants, persons with disabilities, Dalits, and people discriminated based on work and descent, and their role as a catalyst of transformative change on the ground. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, distinguished representative from major groups.